Do we live in a society of replace instead of repair? Do we avoid being in a relationship because we don't want to be vulnerable? Or do we stay in a toxic relationship because we don't want to be lonely? We're about to find out tonight.
If you do lonely, 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 if you do lonely.
Hi, I'm Belinda Love, your love guru and host, and welcome to Air Your Dirty Laundry. This is a show where we have real experts discussing real topics with live guests to help you transform an area of your life regarding love, dating, and intimacy. Let's introduce our experts. We have Mark Rosenfeld from Make Him Yours. He is a dating expert and has helped many women on their journey of finding love. We have Madison Messina. She is our sexologist and relationship expert. And we have our controversial Stevie Mack, bit of a rock star. He's going to spice up and report back what the people on the streets think about these topics. So we're going to pick our guest. Tonight's topic is rekindle the love in your relationship. Who do I have here that has a relationship that would like transforming and spicing up? Wow, thank you. Stevie, if you can go collect an item of their clothing, we can pick our guest for tonight. There's a lovely lady up the front here. That's yours. I think you left it in there last time.
Yeah. Speed Queen, pick our guest tonight.
Did you separate the whites?
Yes, Queen. Is this you? All right.
Come on down. Hi, I'm Belinda. You are?
I'm Jazz.
Hi, Jazz. I love that. Jazz hands.
Yes.
Thank you for being our our guest today.
Well, thank you for bringing me up.
Our pleasure. So you've met our experts over there.
Hi.
We're all prepped and ready to go. So we're going to air out your dirty laundry now. So share with us what you're currently dealing with.
Sure. So I have been with my partner now for 9 years in April. So
Yay,
it's been a while. Thank you. We do have a kid together as well, an 8-year-old boy. We're just finding that we're kind of at that point in our relationship where I'm wanting it to, go forward. I'm talking, like, come on, 9 years, we should be getting married. We should be doing all of this stuff. And he's quite hesitant. And in doing that, he's kind of withdrawn himself from the relationship in terms of like his affection and everything like that. And I've become a bit of a gaming widow where he
so he's I've
a
been
hardcore gamer, and I'm just left there going, okay,
Do you do
what
the
am I
whole?
doing?
Do you do the whole nude? Stand in front of the computer. I'm ready.
Look, I've seen a meme that kind of explained it perfectly, where
Yes.
it literally is a bit of a more voluptuous girl, kind of, a bit timid in her lingerie while the guy's gaming, being like, sometimes you've just got to notice her. That's pretty much the situation. I could do it, but it's not being noticed.
How you feel?
It's a rough one. It takes a real, punch to the gut, that self-confidence just plummets. You're putting yourself out there in such a vulnerable state, especially being a plus-size girl, not entirely confident in how I look without clothing on, and you're putting it right out there to be shut down. It's just an instant, right to the guts.
Well, the first thing I want to say is that no matter what size you are, whether you're 6, what doesn't matter what size you are, we all deal with those confidence concerns. So don't focus on that. What we want to do is get the spice back for you today, and you'll probably reveal some ideas around your body image and how you can improve your mindset around your body image so you're feeling sexy regardless of what you're wearing.
Yeah.
Sexier in the nude. Look at you, you're beautiful. So what do you want to achieve today out of being here?
I guess just, learning maybe other ways of approaching him, like, and discussing the issues that I'm feeling, the problems that are going on, because I feel like I'm just going through the same cycle with him, feel like we have the same discussion maybe on like a 6-monthly basis, and it's, I'll change, we'll do this, and it never happens. And now we're at 9 years and it's just like, great, like, come on, like, every 6 months, like, why are we doing this? Why are we stuck in this cycle?
Yeah. And how does he react when you talk to him?
It's literally, what now?
Yeah. And how do you feel when he does that?
I just feel like, really? Like, seriously? Like, this is a serious conversation about our relationship, where we're meant to be at, like our family, we've got a kid, we've got a dog, we've got all this stuff together. Like, it's got to mean more when I'm saying, hey, I really need to talk to you.
Yeah.
Than, that I'm taking you away from your game, your mission, whatever you're doing.
Yeah. And how is the intimacy? Is there any sex at all? Are you... if you want to share?
I can't remember the last time.
Okay. So it's been a while.
Yeah, I would say probably end of last year.
And do you want to stay with this man?
Yeah, like, I still get giddy when I look at him. I still get butterflies.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, babes. Okay.
So I don't want to have to, venture down that road, but at the same time, maybe I have to sacrifice the butterflies and find some new butterflies. I don't know.
So you're here to get those answers today?
Yeah.
All right. So what I want to do is take it over to... I've got some things that I want to say, but I'd love to hear your thoughts first. They're going to put you through the wash cycle.
First of all, thank you for being so brave and sharing. I think this is something that so many people and women I work with struggle with and don't talk about, don't know who to go to. And it doesn't have to be gaming, right? It can be any area of life where his focus is elsewhere and you're trying to talk to him, you said every 6 months, and then he kind of begrudgingly agrees, and then things just go back to the way they were. Yeah. I think it's super beautiful the way you feel about him after 9 years, and it's just proof that we all can get there and stay there after long, long periods of time. And if you want him to come to you, if you really want that reciprocated again, what I want for you is to have him that excited about you again. Because then the conversations will be easy. Then he'll be doing it of his own accord. Instead of you feeling, putting your value over to him all the time and asking him when he's begrudgingly not giving you that back, I really want him coming to you. And so when I work with women in these situations, I talk about the concepts of space. And in this sort of situation, I'd say, okay, well, what's going on while he's playing the games? Because his focus is elsewhere, your focus is on him. So how can you make him excited? What can you do within yourself to make him excited and have the same butterflies for you and same feelings for you that you every single day get for him? Yeah. So whether it's, you're spending more time with your friends, you've got a new hobby, you're empowering your fitness, you're just kicking butt at life. Study after study shows that we are most attracted to something when there is that little bit of distance where we can appreciate it and appreciate its beauty and its vibrancy. And I feel like your focus on him isn't the most real, most authentic you. You're giving that away as opposed to really invigorating yourself and then letting that feminine shine just draw him into you. So whatever it is, I'd be saying, let's use that time, let's empower you, let's do something really cool so that if you have the conversation, he's super excited to comply, and frankly, you don't even need to. He's just, wow, she's doing such cool things. Over and over again, studies have shown that no matter how much you have something, no matter how much you have something that you love, if you have it there all the time, every day, whether it's your favorite food, no matter what it is, you will eventually want a little bit of space from it so you can appreciate it. And there's a huge opportunity there for you to do that, I believe.
Yeah. So is it, in your opinion, I've got my opinion, but in your opinion, is it salvageable?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. Cool. Madison, what do you think?
I think at the start of relationships, you've got two independent, completely different people coming together and trying to bridge that gap. And that's what makes it exciting, because you're both moving towards each other in a force. Once you've lived together for such a long time and slept together not having sex, because your brain chemistry can rewire them as your sibling, all of these little things can start to happen where it just goes, because you're too close. So this is where, and Mark's covered it too, we need to start increasing that space and get you back into yourself. And for instance, your partner is very communicative, but the fact that you keep having these talks, you keep bringing up the same issues, he's actually telling you he's fine, he's happy with things the way they are. So this needs to give you your next clue. It's for you to step back into yourself and for you to change and to take back the focus, because it is like, you know, your partner is living his life. You're also living your partner's life. Who's over here with you? Who's living your life? And what you want to get out of your partner is for your partner's interest to come back to you. So you need to take your interest away from him and put it back into yourself and see your worth and how you are valued. And, you know, like you're a mother, like it's phenomenal, you know, and still so gorgeous and so much other stuff to give. So really get back in touch with you. So yes, hobbies and whatever's going to build you up and get you starting to love life again, because that's the real issue. It's not him.
Can I ask, I'm going to say something really hard right now, so I just want to prepare you for that.
Yeah.
So you said he's happy. Is he happy? If he's gaming all the time and not contributing to the relationship like isn't required, is he happy?
Well, I don't think we can really, you know, we're not speaking to him directly, so we can't say that he's happy. But one thing we know is that he's not ready to change. He's not moving.
He's comfortable.
He's stagnant. He's comfortable. And we can't work with him.
Bring him
He's
dinner
not
every
sitting
night.
in front of us.
Yeah.
He's very comfortable.
Yeah.
So, like, can I ask a question
Yeah,
with that?
totally. Yep.
You guys saying, like, he's kind of comfortable being on his own?
He's comfortable with his life as it is. You're giving him everything. You're being, and I want to address the motherly mentality as well. When you're mothering a man, it's a turn off in the sense that they feel like you're their mother and not their partner, and then the intimacy can die essentially, especially if you're not stepping in your feminine energy and you're stepping in your masculine energy. Should I explain that? So the difference between feminine and masculine. So feminine energy is the fun, the flirty, the creative, the excited energy. The masculine energy is the assertiveness, the directness, the survival mode. So you're living in survival at the moment. So you're coming in as that masculine energy rather than bringing in the feminine energy. And he's happy in his life because he's got it all right now.
Yeah.
But you don't. What have you got?
Yeah, that's right.
You've got your son.
My son and my dog.
Yeah, you've got him too.
Yeah.
And he needs to also listen and contribute. He can't just sit on a computer all night and not contribute and not be intimate and not communicate. Because I feel like they might be talking, but they're not actually getting to a solution because you're doing the cycle. You're going around and around. So it's understanding your values. What's your values? What's his values? And then combining them and discussing them and seeing, so you can actually understand your love languages as well. So I think yours is affection and you're not getting affection. So you're feeling unloved. So how do we get you back to a point of your life where you're inspired by your life, you feel beautiful regardless of your clothing, as you said, getting into your outfits, and you can make him be drawn and magnetized to your energy rather than you telling him, I need you off the computer, I need you to do this. Does that make sense?
Yes.
What do you think about that?
Well, I think everyone's missing. Like,
Stevie, what do you think about that?
you said this guy's a gamer. All of us guys are thinking, what game is he playing?
He's playing the game of love, and he's not actually on level
not.
1 at the moment.
The poor man. Okay, look. Okay, this is how it goes. Is that women, since they're small, they think, all right, when I get older, I'll be a bikini model. This is why I'm looking at you. You did all that. Now I'm ready to get married, so I've been waiting for this my whole life. This guy's been like, his whole life, I can't wait to be able to afford video games and to be able to play it all the time and then have a girl who will make me food when I'm playing the video games. So all day he's at work, he comes home, has a shower like you said, and then his mind is, I've been waiting 8 hours to like get on these games. He's been like thinking about it all day.
You should be waiting 8 hours to get on her. Really, actually.
Yeah, but you know, there's porn and stuff like that. Like, I mean, I'm not saying you're not banging. I'm just saying, you know, there's ways of fixing ourselves during the day so that we're focused when we get home for our mission, you know.
And what's that, Stevie? Share.
Well, I'm just saying, what we go through as boys when we're young
yes.
is we think about, you know, our mission. You know, we're getting a gun, we have to go and we have to win the trophies, and after that we're allowed to have a girl.
Sow your seed, is that what you mean? You get your gun and you
get a girl and then that's over, and then the next mission's on. So then you got up the ante.
Stevie's actually inadvertently, and I think completely accidentally, has highlighted your point, Belinda, about the feminine and masculine. Because when we talk about masculine energy, it's all about getting the goal, it's doing. And with you going to your partner and saying, hey, we have to talk about this, we have to fix this, you're being masculine, you're in that energy. And when you step into your masculine energy in communication with your partner, he has to step into his feminine energy, because your energy will move like this. So a great way when a man is, well, anyone, because masculine, we're all masculine and feminine. I don't like genderifying.
Yeah, we're all embodying.
Gendering anything, yeah. But a great way when you're having that is for you to step back into your feminine. You know, you can already, like, and as feminines, we fill space. We are being. So just start, you know, there's something going wrong with your relationship and you can kind of see what you want to change in it. You change it on your own. You start doing the things you want. So if you want longer dinner times, start cooking 2 courses and sitting there and eating slower and savouring it. You kind of seeing where rather than talking to get him to do the goal, you start creating the outcome and doing the outcome yourself. You be the solution.
Because you're in problem-solving mode.
Yeah.
Which means when we're in problem-solving mode, we embody that masculine energy, which is what Madison was saying. We push away the male energy in him. So it's about, instead of focusing on how to solve the problem, it's about creating actions and ways to re-energize and rekindle that love. So we've focused a lot on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And without him being here, it's really hard to, you know, offer him. Is he here? No. No. Oh, he's probably gaming.
You're exactly right.
That's all right. We all have our hobbies. So what I want you to do is uncover, what are your hobbies? What do you love doing? What are your love values? Because whilst we agree that it is absolutely salvageable, I think all relationships are salvageable unless there's domestic violence or toxicity in it. You've got to decide, do you want that? Because right now you're putting it all over to him. The ball is in his court.
Yeah.
You got to bring it back, honey, and you got to go, do I want that? I know you want the relationship because you've got the son, but that doesn't necessarily mean you have to stay in the relationship because of the son. You can make it work, not together. You've got to really consider, what do I want? Is these my values? If this is it, you got to picture, you got to date someone for who they are today, not their potential, because people only change when they want to change and make the effort.
Yep.
We can't tell someone to change. It's like with your son. I'm sure you're telling him, can you do this, and they won't. He refuses.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same. That we'll only choose what we want to change when we're ready to change it. And if this is him for the rest of your life, this is it. If he doesn't change, are you happy with that?
Yeah, it's a tough one.
You know the answer. You know what is it?
I really don't want to be a gaming widow.
No. And I'm not saying end the relationship. I'm saying you need to really step back into who you are, bring back who you were before the relationship, and start focusing on your hobbies, like the guys were saying, which is truly true. You were right.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
A lot of things.
Share. Talk to us.
I can definitely understand everything. Like, now that you guys have said it, it's clicking, and I am getting it. Like,
yeah.
I did have hobbies. Kind of, you go through like those motions with your hobbies where you kind of like, I'm a very creative person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously.
Bring her back.
And
She's
you
starving.
go through dry spots when you're doing it. Like, as an artist, like when I'm sitting there drawing, whether it be just drawing for fun, designing tattoos or anything like that, you lose that inspiration and you go a bit stale for a little while, and then you've got to like find that muse to pick it back up again. And been modelling since the age of 14, but I haven't done it for about 18 months. So, I kind of even put that on a bit of a hold because of how I was feeling about myself. Maybe I need to, you know, get back in there even though I'm a bit scared.
Yeah, and that's fine. And do you know what happens? The biggest transformations happen on the other side of fear. So you can look at it and fear it, and then you don't want to do it because you fear the change, or you fear the outcome. You might fail, you might succeed. People have fear of success. But if you step into it, enjoy the moment, and then look at the solution at the other end, then you know whether it was the right choice or not. There's no mistakes, honey. There's only lessons. So you've got to know who you are, what you want to do, and actually take those steps to embody it. Because right now, he is your life. Your son is your life. Where is your life?
Yeah.
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 You can be two people in a relationship running parallel, but at the moment, you're on his tracks. You need to be on your own tracks running parallel. Do you guys have any thoughts from that?
I thought that was
I
very
thought
well.
it was a great recap.
Yeah, great recap. Get your sexy back. You're gonna get your sexy back, get your energy back, do your thing, and you'll find that, hey, I'm loving life again, I'm vibrant. Holy cow, I've into my feminine, and he's loving it.
Stevie, should I ask you?
Well,
Wow.
You came out with a perler before.
You did.
yeah.
Any more pearls?
Well, I still don't know
hiding
what
there?
game he's playing, but you know, you said the word, you said the change
Cool.
word. You know, like there's something wrong with him when all he wants to do is play his game, do his missions.
Oh.
You know, you've made him comfortable. I'm sorry if you're an enabler, but you know, we don't see a point in change because it's never our idea to get married, and he probably looks
Maybe
at
for
marriage.
you.
Well, he looks at marriage as with a negative, you know, connotation. It
We
means
didn't
something.
in the start.
It's same with me looking at the gym. It's like, oh, I have to lift weights. You know, what's the point?
I can
So
lift
I have to
He
marry.
does. He does. He's projecting.
Oh, you're not getting my dirty laundry.
You don't wear any. Spin cycle. I'm ready for it.
And guys don't want to be changed. We want to just do our mission. You know, when he goes to bed, he's probably thinking, man, I worked so hard today. I got 3 levels up. You know what I mean? Like tomorrow I'll be thinking about that at work. Because work and kids
Shouldn't
and
he
women.
be thinking about me at
And
work?
everything.
But it's all inconvenience because they talk back. You know, the game doesn't talk back.
I don't know. I hear him on this side of it, and all I hear is that bleep, 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 bleep.
Exactly, but he's not going to get in trouble for that
My
later.
partner on the game.
He's not getting in trouble for that later. You know, he's not, the people that he's yelling at on the screen, they're not going to bring it up in 6 months at dinner with friends.
Yeah, because sometimes he doesn't press the button so that they can actually hear him. I have to suffer through it.
I think what Steve is trying to
Unplug it.
say here, he's comfortable.
Yeah.
And when you go away a little bit, you're doing your thing, he's suddenly like, what's she doing? I'm not feeling as comfortable just sitting here. Like, where is she?
She's not bringing me my food, and she's
Yeah,
not
let's
taking
do
care
that.
of me.
Damn it,
What's
where's that
going
girl?
on?
He has to miss you, sweetie.
And can I just bring it back to the marriage thing, Stevie? Men do want to get married.
they?
Well, you don't, clearly, but men do want to get married to the right woman. He did want to get married to her
Well, you are
in the
the
beginning.
right woman
I'm
right
talking-
now. So now now you're trying to say, excuse me, sir, I need a little bit more. And he's like, hang on, you're doing everything I want. You're doing everything I want.
He's got it on a silver platter, is essentially what he's saying. But at the same time, you're too close. You need to let him fend for himself for a bit. But can I just bring it back? You keep distracting me. So the whole marriage thing, and this is going to be hard to hear, all right? So he wanted to marry you in the beginning. Why? Who were you in the beginning?
Don't know.
Who are you now? Are you the same person?
Like, is in terms of like who I am on the inside, like in terms of
As your
being a caring
personality.
person.
Let's
a
not
caring-
talk physical.
Yeah.
Physical changes all the time. We have babies, we
Yeah.
change, and we as women, our bodies with hormones, we always change. So let's talk about the emotional, the personality.
I think so, except for a few little things. I've had like some traumatic things happen that did change a little bit of my brain chemistry a little bit.
We can change it back. So do you want to share?
I suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder as I was assaulted on a train on the way home from a photo shoot by a
Okay.
group of girls who just singled me out for having green hair and piercings, and
I'm sorry to hear that.
decided that it was a great time to let rip, literally pulled me to the ground and beat the shit out of me.
Okay. All right.
So I had a lot of injuries going on, both, you know, physical and mental. Luckily, nothing that's really left a visible scar.
Yeah. Just on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In here, there's actually, you know, a little bit in the back of my head. It's hard to wear my hair up because it does hurt. So I think through that as well, and I have had a conversation with him about it because, you know, when it goes to him going out with the boys and stuff like that, I felt myself apologising and said, I'm so sorry that, you know, like I send you messages and stuff when you're out with the boys, wanting to know where you're at. But from what I've gone through, I think that's triggered it. Like, I just want to know that you're okay because I know how quickly it can change. Like, I just want to know where you're at. I just, you know, want to make sure that you're still having fun. Do you need someone to pick you up? Because I'll come pick you up so that you're not putting in, you know, a situation that I was put in. Because I actually had called him to pick me up, but he was busy with our son, so I caught the train.
So there's a lot of emotion still surrounding that situation in your life. So if we take it back, and I apologise that you had to go through that. It's really shit. And I swore. But it's true. It's really, really shit, honey. Like, nobody deserves to go through that. But at the moment, you're reliving that in your mind, probably every day. And not the actual event, but that feeling. You want to protect. You want to make sure everybody's okay. But we need to release that because that happened years ago. And this is a longer journey to release that. We can't just flick a switch. It's about getting back to you and knowing that everything happens as it's meant to, looking at the situation and taking the positives. And I know that's not a positive situation for you, but I was in a domestically violent relationship, and what I mean by taking the positives is the fact that I grew stronger from that relationship. I learnt how to protect myself. I learnt that self-worth. I learnt that I'm better than that and I deserve better than that. So we need to assess for you so you're not living in you're living in survival mode. That's what you're doing. And that survival mode and that survival energy is projecting out into your closest relationships, which is probably your son. And also your partner. So we need to transform that in the sense that if your partner's out, you've got to know that he's safe. And by constantly messaging and checking up on him, I hate to say this, but can be annoying. And unattractive and can come across as very needy. And I know that it's coming from a place of love, but men like their freedom and their space. And they don't want to feel like they're being checked up on, nagged, harassed, annoyed. That's how they perceive it. Whereas you're a female, nurturing, protecting. So there's a lot of conversation we should have around that. But is there a way that you can start to look at that scenario as a positive? So without going in, without me understanding the full situation, looking at it as you came out, you're alive. You can still be a beautiful mum to your child. You're still a great partner. You've learnt a huge lesson. What is the lesson from that situation? Don't let them, you're allowing them to be, you're the victim still in this situation and you're giving them strength. Don't give them strength because it's bringing you down in other areas of your life because you're panicking, you're worrying, you want to protect. How's that resonating with you?
Sounds about right. Friends of mine, like my closest friends, they always say to me, like, oh, you're a wolf, you're mama wolf, you know, you've got your little pack and you're always making sure that we're all okay, you know. And that's pretty much exactly what she said. Like, I've kind of done that because I couldn't control my situation, then I kind of want to control others.
Well, you can't. You've got to get out of it. You can't control everything that happens in the world because the only thing that is going to do is you're going to lose control. So you've got to take back control and you've got to trust and have faith that everything is going to happen as it is, and by controlling you might be pushing people away. And that's a lot more other work that we can do if you want to work through that together. Do you guys have anything that you want to share from that? I
want to ask how long ago the attack happened.
Trying to think now. It was just like 3 days before my son's first birthday, so
So quite a long time. So we're talking about 8 years now. That's a long time. And when did the relationship start losing its sparkle?
It's a good question. I can't really like pinpoint it. Like, you know, obviously once our son was born, like probably most people that have had like a kid, you go through like a period where you've got to kind of find your balance between all of that, you know, the midnight feeds and everything, and trying to like where can we slot this in, you know. And there was like all of this that happened, you know. I think it's probably gotten worse in maybe the last 2 to 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say that's really the worst part, where I've been going, all right, should I be looking at places to live on my own? You know, that's probably happened around then.
When you are speaking about this particularly, because you made it a point, possibly subconsciously, about talking about how your partner couldn't pick you up that night. And you've linked that through to say, my PTSD is setting off when he goes out because I'm making sure that he's okay. I'm seeing under here some really deep resentment going on. So I'm just wondering if you can see it.
I think there's like resentment, but I get what you said. Yeah, like that was a really
but
odd
from a
thing to
guy's point of
say.
view, if a girl's checking up on me when I'm out, that's like the most annoying thing ever. It's like
I do get where you're coming from there, Stevie. I try to hold it back. Like I'm not being one of those like 10-15 minute girls. I'm probably like every, you know, like hour to whatever. It's more like when it comes to my mind, like shit, I might just check up on him.
So maybe we need a tool around that then. So instead of checking up on him, we need for you to like, I think it's okay to talk to your partner when he's out. Like
That's what
you're
I
the
think
dating
as well.
guy. What do you reckon? When he's out, it's okay. You're living together, you've got a son together. When they're out enjoying their night out, it's okay to communicate, but not to nag. What's your opinion?
Well, men can read the intent. Men can feel, is that communication coming from a place of abundance? Like, hey babe, I hope you're having the best night. Are you all good? He's like, oh, my girl's thinking about me. Great. Versus, hey, when are you home? I need to see you. And it's the way you write it or the energy around it.
Yeah.
The guy can feel where it's coming from. Is it from a place of abundance or is it from a place of fear and scarcity? And that's the difference.
Nailed it. That was perfect.
Yeah.
How do you feel you're doing it?
I do feel like I'm not doing it in like a bad way, but there might have been a few times that it did get to that point, you know, especially if he's like, oh, it's only going to be a short night out, I'll be home at midnight, you know, it's like 2 a.m. and you're like, what the hell are you, you know, like that's when like it kicks in for me, like, oh my God, is he okay? Has something happened to him?
Yeah.
You know, do I just go out where he was just to see whether, you know, he's not in a gutter, dead, you know, kind of thing. Like that's like immediately what happens.
Can you have an agreement with him and tell me what you think about this? Is if you're going to be later than midnight, just shoot me a text, babe, and say I'm still going to hang out. Don't worry about me.
For me, it basically comes down to, is your thing that you're doing a problem? Like, is it actually something you say, I'm texting him, I want to stop doing this. And then I do one thing in that situation. If it's like, oh, our communication's breaking down and we never talk when he goes out and he's just useless because he never texts, I have no idea what time he's walking in. That's like a communication thing where you're like, okay, this is weird, we're not communicating here. But you're not doing it from that place of, I need the reassurance. You're doing it from a place of, this is ridiculous, we can't live life with this communication style.
Do you agree?
Yeah, I think so. He's with his messages, you know, it depends on the period of the night. I think it depends on how many drinks. So in the beginning it will be, you know, he'll be like, yeah, no, we're cool, we're at this bar or whatever, and, you know, we've just started talking to a drag queen, opposed to like later on where it will be, you know, silent.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like, it's perfectly reasonable if someone says they're home at midnight and they're not home till 3. It's perfectly reasonable to be like, oh, what's going on?
I agree.
But you're not doing it from a place of like, it's not coming from that same place of like fear, I'm doing this for the insecurity of it. You're doing it from a place of like, this is weird, something's not right here. It's like, it's an instinct as opposed to an insecurity.
Yeah.
Yes.
And splitting those two apart.
Yep.
If you're acting from instinct and it's coming from a good place, the guys, and Stevie might disagree, but I think the guy's going to be fine with it. He's going to be like, if the girl's going, hey babe, like, hope you're having the best night.
Yeah.
Let me know you're all good.
Well, it's different. I mean, he's practically, he feels he's already married to you. Do you know what I mean? Like he's already got his ball and chain. He's got his son with you.
Stop it.
He's playing
Ball and
video
chain.
games as like an escapism. That's, you know. And then if he wants to go out with the boys, he's like, okay, well, I've got to hear about what the boys are doing with the video games because maybe I need to up my game. You know, like so there's a whole other mission going on. So the last thing you want to be thinking about is the ball and chain.
They're not gamers, just by the way. Only him.
So he's winning it.
Hangs out with artists, actually, which is quite funny considering that I'm an artist as
Can you
well.
start painting again?
How odd.
I think that's just a
Probably.
yes.
I'm just actually thinking of the next project. What could I do?
Yes.
I probably could, yeah.
So that's
I've just
your-
got to find that inspiration, that
You've
spark.
got it. You just got it. You just do it. Go and buy a canvas, get some paints, get an easel, paint with your boobs if you want. And that's pretty good art. That's not, I don't know why I went there, but I did.
Maybe you like that.
Yeah.
When you're in a really good place,
Stevie would like it.
Yeah, I like it.
I'll do one just for you, Stevie.
when you're in a really good place, he's going to feel that if you messaging him, like you're doing your thing, you're energized, you're either going to want him to have a great night out or you're going to be genuinely just checking in on him and wanting him to be safe while he's having a great night out. If it's coming from that sort of a place where you're like, hey babe, yeah, I'm in a, you know, are you around? Are you all good? Like, is everything, that's probably not the wording actually. When you're in a place where you say, hey babe, hope you're having the best night, like have a great night tonight with the boys, let me know when you be back or whatever it is. It's just the guy's like, oh, it's coming from a place of abundance. So just always say, is this coming from my place of abundance or is this being fear triggered by something in the past? And if a client says to me, this is a behaviour I want to change because this is fear driven, this isn't me being excited for him to have a great time, this is my fear driven, that's what's really going to piss guys off and that's what's going to make them want to draw away. And that's the stuff that I would help a client clear out.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we're going to wrap it up now. I'm going to summarise everything for you so you know where to go from here and what to do. And then before I do you have anything you've got everything so far today that you would like?
Yeah, I think so. I think you guys have really, really helped out a lot.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to give my final thoughts. You ready?
Yeah.
Jazz is dealing with a man that she loves very, very deeply. And I think it's truly rare to find somebody and love somebody for 9 years, especially in this society, and to still get butterflies from that partner. I think she has lost herself in this relationship and it's very common. So what I think Jazz needs to do moving forward is to re-find herself, to step back in her creativity, to find hobbies and passions that she loves and stop being the mum to him, stop stepping in the masculine energy and allow him to miss her a little bit so then he's drawn back to her. This relationship is absolutely possible to rekindle. Yes, it takes two to tango, but I think the first step is for Jazz to find herself again so he can miss her a little bit. Yeah?
Yeah.
Thanks, Jazz, so much for being here today and sharing so vulnerably. What you've shared, I know will help somebody and hopefully it's also going to help you in your beautiful relationship. Thank you so much to our experts, Mark, Madison, and our pseudo-expert, Stevie, for all of your insights. I'm Belinda Love. Thank you for tuning in. And this is Air Your Dirty Laundry. See you next time.
Air your dirty